Good morning, everybody. It's Matthew and myself, and Matthew is is experiencing what many of us experience in the role of a care partner, who is observing interaction with a care professional and somebody we care about. Matthew, you want to give us a little bit of an example of what we're going to be talking about today, which is what? Which the famous huh or what? Which is a
Yeah,
very common statement when something happens and I didn't quite get it all. Um, it's very common. If I want to do a back and forth with you, I'd go, huh, or what, or excuse me.
yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Matthew. Now let's give the crowd out there sort of a sense of what our issue is.
What
Again,
happened?
yet still, like, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's a challenge. And Teepa, I will say, I don't think anybody purposely is trying to go out there and
No,
blast people. It is a very unaware thing, but
but
it's
ignorance is not bliss,
no,
Matthew.
it's not.
Ignorance is not bliss.
It's
Ignorance is ignorance. And if we have ignorance among people who are supposed to be providing support and care, we've got to stop the ignorance and start
yes,
with some awareness. Oh, my
yeah.
heavens.
And
Go
hence
ahead.
what we're
Huh.
hence what we're doing today. So I'm supporting a family member, my grandmother, who is elderly and is in the hospital right now. And last night I was visiting with her, and
Mhm.
a team came in. Two of the aides came into the room, and this is, kudos to the place that she's at. They're all private
Mhm.
rooms. They're not sharing rooms in this
Okay.
hospital. Big size room. They walk in, they shut the door, and immediately say, "Hey, we're part of the repositioning team. We're here to get you off your bottom."
Okay. I'm just going to pause right there. I'm a fully intact, I think, older adult. I'm older. I mean, in fact, I could be your grandmother. I mean, I could, but I'm
Good.
not, but I could be.
Yeah.
Um, and if I were in the hospital and two people walked in and said, we're the repositioning team and we're going to get you off your bottom, I'd go, well, hang on. I mean, tell me more about that because frankly, here, watch. Let me show you what I can do. I mean, if I wanted to get off my bottom, I would. Are you telling me that you think I should reposition myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, just check it in for a minute to see what the capacity of the individual is before you start assuming that your assistance times two is needed, might I add. I
Yeah.
mean, now they may have really looked in the chart and said, oh, she's very frail. But if that's the case, I'm not sure the first introduction is, hey, we're going to move you. It may hurt. You may not like it. It may scare you. But, we're here to do our job. So
Yeah.
that's what we call an agenda focus. Coming
Yeah.
in, pushing an agenda. So,
Yeah.
Matthew, when they came in and said this, dear grandmother, what happened?
Yeah, so and we were in the midst of a conversation, and
Oh,
and so there was other things happening, obviously, for her,
did they
and so
say, excuse us?
oh, no,
We'd like to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. Do you
no,
have I mean, would you mind? No,
no,
no, obviously,
yes,
really
yeah,
agenda focused,
really agenda focused,
not
and
place aware, not situation aware, not task. I mean, the only tasks they were aware of were their own.
yeah,
Okay.
we
All
gotta get
right.
in there and do
Mm-hmm.
this. So of course, we paused in the midst of the interruption, as they're partially through the statement, and my grandma goes, "What?" And so
Rightfully so, might I
yeah,
add.
yeah.
What?
And
What?
so the response to that from them was to get so loud
Did they
to
lean close to her?
oh no, they stayed where they were at least. They
Oh, they
stayed
stayed
they
back.
stayed
Okay.
back
Okay.
over by the door. So they didn't get closer.
All right.
They stayed where they were. And the one who was talking, there was only one who did all the talking, and
Okay.
she increased her intensity and her volume, and she literally yelled the same statement right at us, and both of us literally like went back into our chair because it was
Because it
almost
wasn't just we're here to reposition you with more of a deeper voice, like we're here to help you reposition, or we're here to help you move in the bed in case you need some support or help to do that. It wasn't like this. We're here to we're the repositioning team.
yes. And so
And
that,
we're the soccer ball. And we're
yeah.
gonna launch you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And of course, as soon as they came in, which this is kind of, this goes into another layer, but as soon as they came in, they immediately jumped in and started moving her around. And I had to say, ooh, hey, I was actually getting ready to head out. Could I give her a hug first before? Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you can. Oh no, you can't give her a hug. You can't. No, you can't. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, give her a hug. And so yeah, so that was the, like this.
Hi, I'm Teepa. Sounds like you guys are finishing up a conversation. Let me step back and
Yeah.
tell you, yeah. Like, was there any, like, are you in any pain? Or tell you what, like, did you actually, I mean, the whole thing is like, okay, so let's go to understanding the changing brain because we don't know at this moment whether the woman that we're about to help, if we're the repositioning team, has some cognitive impairment, what it might be. Could it be anxiety, depression? Oh, if it was anxiety, this would be great. Depression, delirium, whether she might have a dementia. I mean, I'm not sure anybody looked that carefully. Is it stated somewhere in her near the door anything that she's got a cognitive impairment, or does she even have one?
Yeah.
Um, and then nobody checked to see is she hard of hearing, or did we just interrupt her and her brain was going, huh? So we have understanding the changing brain to help people sort of get a handle on this. And if you turn to page 61, 62, we actually have pictures of brains. Now these are autopsy, these are like after people are done with them and the family donates, and the person said, yeah, let's make a difference. These are your left temporal lobe parts of your brain, and we're looking at two different chunks of brain tissue. And so what really matters is that, if you live with brain change of dementia, indeed the comprehension chunk of your brain diminishes, but the hearing sound part doesn't diminish. That's the hearing sound part. That actually doesn't diminish. The challenge is the wiring across the center of your brain does diminish if you have dementia. And if you have hearing problems that are related to aging system, you're much more likely to have problems out in the more distal part, the part in the inner ear, the part in the wiring, not actually in your brain. This, however, is where comprehension comes up. And so what she might have, rather than having a hearing problem, what did you say? Because I couldn't hear you. It was comprehension because I was busy doing something else. You interrupted me and you spoke fast from a doorway. And what you said, I really wasn't anticipating at all, which means my prefrontal cortex couldn't take the data because I didn't quite catch the data in and understand it, process it. And so my first reaction was, what? Yelling at me is not the best way to get me to comply to movement. I've got to tell you, that's just me, maybe, or maybe not. So, I mean, I love that this place has hospital, I assume, has people that help come and reposition. But if this is how they do it, I'm not thrilled. Because if you're a person living with, there's an increased risk that you're going to cause what we then call resistance to care and agitation. And we're going to have to do something about that because the person becomes aggressive. And it's like, you just came in and surprised the bejeebers out of me. I don't even know what you're up to. And two of you doing something at once doesn't sound great. Matthew, did you get a chance to see them reposition your grandma?
So they waited until I was done before they were going to
Uh-huh.
start doing any of that stuff. So
You
I
got them to
didn't.
pause.
Oh, Jeffrey's.
You
Okay.
got them to pause, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. And so as they started to immediately dive in, yeah, I think they were under the awareness finally of, ooh, maybe we're coming in a little too hot. And not giving some opportunity here. Unfortunately, I think there was a little bit there, but then they stepped back, they waited, and they gave me an opportunity to say
Yeah,
goodbye to.
yeah. But what they didn't do is go, I am so sorry. We didn't mean to interrupt you. That was really uncalled for. Were you guys needing to do something, or would it be okay if we did help your, and tell you what, let me check in with her to see if she's okay. I mean, like the whole thing. Um, that's not really a team. That's really a task. And what it sounds like they've done is train people to do a task, but not to initiate an interaction in a way that's healthy.
Yeah.
I've got to say, especially in a hospital, like monitoring, like how long ago did she get a pain med? Did she get one? Does she have joint pain? Well, if she's older, a lot of us have joint pain, and that may be one reason you want to help her reposition herself. However, does she have any acute episode of pain? Is there a reason why that she might be hesitant to move?
Yeah.
Is it just strength, or is it something else that's making it hard for her to move right now? So I mean,
A lot of layers to that. Yeah. And I got an opportunity
what?
as I walked by the one who did all the talking to say, hey, thanks for coming in and helping her. I noticed that when we were sitting here talking, she was actually able to grab onto the arm rail of the bed and actually pull herself. So she's actually repositioned herself a couple of times so far that I've been here in the last couple hours. I also noticed this room echoes a lot. And when you're far away from her and you're talking, it it's harder for her to pick up. But if you get a little bit closer, but still stay at the same tone like you would be just talking normally, she picks it up just fine. It's just the echo from the thing. And she said, "Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks for that." And I continued on. I could have done way
Good
more.
job, mentor.
I could have done way more in that situation,
Okay,
but
hang on there. That was almost an AELC there. Almost an AELC. So from what we've just shared, what's your takeaway?
yeah,
That was a great learning cycle. The
yeah.
only the only thing you could have done is, so I'm just curious, what did you hear from what I just said? What did you comprehend? Because see, I didn't raise my voice to you, but I did share some information.
What's your takeaway there? Yeah. Yeah. So noticing those moments, I think, Teepa, and recognizing where we can support folks. And I love how bringing in the understanding the changing brain. So the idea of how could giving people that awareness, because that's why I go back to my comment before. Nope, no, I don't think anybody's purposely trying to go
No.
out and make people feel uncomfortable. But like you said, ignorance is bliss. People have no awareness of this stuff. They really aren't thinking about these things, and they've been driven so much into an agenda. Get in there, get the job done, keep moving. You got so many people to do and things like that that can cloud the relationship part. We miss all of those pieces that are so important, and the curiosity and everything else that really should go into working with human beings.
Well, especially when the very next thing you're going to do is move them.
Yeah.
Because me and my body, that's mine. Thank you very much. If you think you're going to move me, you need to really establish a relationship with me of trust.
Yes.
Because if I can't trust you, I'm not going to want to move with you. And if I don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, or even what you're doing, and that you just interrupted an interaction with my grandson, and you're rude. I mean, I mean, I don't mean to be ugly, but from the perspective of the person in the bed, I've got to say, um, some sort of check-in before you just come in and tell me you're gonna get me off my bottom. What was it? Off my bottom?
Get you off your bottom. Yeah, we're the
Get
position
me off your bottom.
to get you off
You
your bottom.
know, my bottom. just, just, I'm struggling a little bit here with the whole concept of how we're communicating, and it's not quite baby speak, but it's surely not two adults greeting each other, establishing a relationship. So I don't know whether you've repositioned in a little while, like moved yourself around. We want to make sure that you don't develop any problems while you're in here. So if it's okay with you, lower the head of your bed, and I'm going to have you
Yeah. Yeah.
doing with versus doing two or four. That's
Yeah.
another one of our principles. We talk about it in here too.
Yeah.
And I think all too often, family members are not you. Family members are in a foreign environment with foreign people who seem to think they know what they're doing. And so we step back, and then we deal with the fallout. And so does the person living with some potential brain change or just discomfort with what's going on, or not understanding due to hearing problem. And that's not okay. We have a friend named Michael Ellenbogen, and he's working hard to try to change how hospitals treat people living with brain changes that come with things like dementia, and delirium, and a lot of things, where we don't make the effort to really connect and work things out. We're too quick off the draw saying, oh, it's a hearing problem. Oh, it's a comprehension problem. Oh, we just have to get this care done.
Which she doesn't have a diagnosis of hard of hearing. She's not hard of hearing. She doesn't wear hearing aids. So just insider
Yelling at her probably isn't the answer given what we know.
No.
What we would want to do is be very thoughtful about how we do this. Yes. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. For those of you out there, what's the takeaway from this morning? Hopefully, one of the messages, awareness matters. And if you're the one who's nearby, maybe raise your hand and say, ooh, I have a question for you. Get curious and get connected, and maybe decide to do a little advocacy. Because frankly, doing something to someone without clear permission isn't really care. All right, everybody, take care with your care. If you want to learn more about this left brain function and how to get connected, check out Understanding the Changing Brain. We have chapters that are really designed to make a difference. Take care.
Thanks, Teepa. Bye, everybody.